Hey guys, good morning and thanks for joining. So we started yesterday information security and we are discussing about GRC part. So far we completed governance and risk is not completed yet. So risk we are going to discuss now. Risk basic introduction about what is meant by risk and what is likelihood and what is impact and what is risk matrix. Those things we discussed. Now we can go and we can discuss about RMF. What is this RMF is about? It's a risk management framework. What is this risk management framework? If you want to analyze the any risk, overall enter into process of the starting with the identification to till monitoring of the risk. That entire framework we can call it as a risk management framework. Okay, so starting with the identifying of the risk to till the monitoring of the risk or closing of the risk is called as a risk management framework. Okay, so how we can define this one? The process of identify the risk to closure or monitoring of the risk is called as risk management framework. Under this one, what are the different types of frameworks are defined by different types of institutions or organizations. So different institutions or different types of organizations, they provided the risk management framework. What are those institutions and what are the organizations frameworks are? First one is NAST, NAST risk management framework. Second one, ISACA or IS square. Okay, so this is the another framework. ISO 27001. So these are the couple of frameworks are defined by risk management framework, and very popular one is NAST risk management framework and also IS square or ISACA side. Now we can discuss about what is NAST framework and what is ISACA side and also what is ISO 27001 side. Anyway, ISO 27001 I will not cover here. I will cover under the complaints of the ISO 27001. So we are going to discuss that is in-depth analysis. So right now what I will do, I will cover NAST framework and also ISACA framework. Those two concepts here. First one is NAST. Risk management framework. So already we have seen NAST instant lifecycle management process. Protect, detect, identify, monitor, report, and recover. Not even monitor, report, and recover. So that is on the instant lifecycle management. But as compared to instant lifecycle management, whenever someone will ask, explain about NAST, very important framework is called risk management framework. So under this one, how we can represent this one? What is the IEEE standard 800-37? So that is the risk management framework related to revision 2. So right now revision 2 controls we are using. And we have NAST risk management framework also, that is 800-53. This for security and privacy control, S&P. So this is belongs to security and privacy control. And this one is belongs to risk management framework. 800-37 is risk management framework defined by NAST, and 800-53 is security and privacy control. We are discussing in this class 800-37. So inter question, what is the NAST framework you are using as a risk management side? What is the IEEE standard or what is the standard you are using? NAST 800-37 standard we are using for the entire risk management framework. So that is the answer. Okay. Now, security and privacy belongs to confidentiality, privacy. So those things will fall under the our security and privacy controls. Now, as per NAST RMF 837, what are the process it is defined? NAST Sorry guys, I think router has some problem. It is disconnected. Apologies. Yeah, as per NAST risk management framework. So what are the different types of categories it is provided? What are the process it is defined? Let's start now one by one. So if you want to do any risk management, first thing is we have to do a risk preparation, preparing of the risk. Second one, we have to categorize the risk categorization. So third one, we have to do risk selection, select the risk from the categories, whatever we have done, implement the risk. So we have to implement the risk controls, and also we have to assess the risk. So we have to do the assessment side based on the quantitative based approach, qualitative based approach, and also hybrid approach. Authorize the risk. Who is the authorized person to mitigate the risk? And finally, we have to monitor the risk continuously, whether the risk is closed or not. Risk monitor. So nothing but this one is for tracking the risk register. Whatever tool we are using, we have to regularly check the status of the risk. So this approach is provided by NAST now. What the risk preparation here? Whatever activities we are going to do that in the organization point of view to manage the security and privacy of the risk, we have to go and we have to assess the or we have to provide the activities, actions what we have to take. So initially we have to do the preparation of the risk. What are the essential activities to prepare the risk in the organization point of view? That may be on the endpoint side, on the network side, application side, compliance perspective, cloud side, application security assessment side, server side, database side. First, we have to define the what are the essential activities for preparing the organization to manage the security and privacy. So activities and actions we have to prepare. After that, what we have to do? We have to do the categorizing the system and also information processes. We have to categorize the risk based on the information and also based on the data where it is stored and whether it is in transmission level and also based on the impact analysis. So that is called categorize. I'm repeating once again. Wherever the risk is identified or risk is activities we are trying to do, the system and information process we have to define and also stored responsibility we have to define, transmitted based on the where the controls are existing based on business impact analysis. That is called risk categorize. Next one, risk selection. So this risk selection is based on the 800-53. privacy control, security and privacy control. Now this is 800-37. So risk selection is whatever controls we are using based on the risk assessment. So that risk selection we have to take based on the 800-53 standards. And after that, what we have to do, we have to implement the controls. So what are the different types of controls and documentation can we deploy to risk mitigate? In the similar way, after that, we can assess the risk. So under this one, if the controls are in place and operating procedures are in place, methods are implemented or not, and also producing the any type of risk desired results or not, we have to assess the risk after doing the implementation part. Next one, authorize. So senior management or board of the directors, they will take a decision making. Not only we, as I said yesterday itself, brainstorming session. What is that brainstorming session? Once we are providing risk assessment, so we have authority as well, our advisory board. So we have to discuss with them what exactly we will take as a risk assessment side. Can we accept, or can we mitigate, or can we transfer, or can we implement the treatment plan? So that is authorized based here. In this authorized based decision, completely to operate, either mitigate or implement or transfer or control. So that is about the authorized part. And finally, risk monitor. Risk monitor meaning here, whatever risk we implemented, those controls regularly we have to monitor whether required results are coming or not. So that is about NAST framework. Okay. In the similar way, we have ISAC and ISC based risk management framework. What is this ISC, ISAC and ISC square framework? So they given only 5-phase approach instead of the 6-phase approach, whatever it is defined by our NAST framework. So identify the risk. It's very simple as compared to NAST. Second one, we have to do the analyze the risk. Third one, risk prioritization based on the category wise. Next one is treatment plan. So this 4-phase approach provided by ISAC and ISC square. Now, one by one we can discuss here. What is identify the risk here? So identify the risk, whether it is on the endpoint side or application side, cloud side, or on the organization side based on the complaints whatever we are using. So yesterday we have done the risk assessment for one of the server. Example, we have considered a server or an asset. In the same way, so identify the risk is based on the entire complaints oriented, whatever complaints we are following for the business perspective, or else we have to take on the endpoint side or asset side or database or maybe application or cloud or network or different business internal stakeholders, what are other teams are involved. So identify the risk, complaints based, what the business we are doing, or else other internal stakeholders, business cases like endpoint, network, cloud, application, mobile, product, assets, databases, extra. As I said, likelihood is belongs to 1 year time period. So that is about identifying the risk. After identifying the risk, now what we have to do? We have to do the analyze the risk. I think separately we can give. So we have to analyze the risk. What the analysis we can do here? So analyzing the risk, it has the total risk analysis, 3 steps. What are those 3 steps are? First one is quantitative based risk assessment. Second one is called qualitative based risk assessment. Third one, hybrid risk assessment. So similarly, whatever we discussed under the cryptographic concept, symmetric, asymmetric, and hybrid cryptography, same as it is. Here also we can analyze quantitative based risk assessment, qualitative based risk assessment, and hybrid risk assessment. In the quantitative based risk assessment, what exactly we can do? We can think about completely based on the quantity. Quantity is nothing but a number. It's a number. Measurement and metric, it's a number. Okay. So it is based on money value that may be in the currency of USD dollars or Indian rupees, INR. So quantitative risk assessment, how much we are going to lose in case any attack it's happened or any attack exploitation it's happened. So that money value we can represent metric or measurement in the form of the number. That number in the currency of either USD dollars or maybe Indian rupees. So that is called quantitative based approach. What is mean by qualitative based approach now? Or assessment side. So here taking the expert's opinion or people opinion or feedback from the different teams or different team members or other internal stakeholders also. Taking the feedback or opinion from the experts or internal stakeholders or information security members. So that is called qualitative. For qualitative side, we can use the couple of approaches or couple of methods to do the expertising, to do the, okay, so overall, what is the risk is involved? Yesterday, what are we have done? That's a perfect example. So what are the methods or process we will use for qualitative based approach side? Process for qualitative based approach. First thing is brainstorming sessions. What is this brainstorming session? What are we conducted yesterday for server security side? I took whoever joined in the class, those people opinion. Okay. So here we can take the multiple people opinion and we can make a summary of overall in the organization point of view, endpoint point of view, network point of view, asset point of view, database point of view, application cloud side point of view, how much risk is involved and what is the money value. So that is called brainstorming session. Taking the feedback or summary or discussing like a group discussion kind of thing. This is called brainstorming session. Okay. So for example, maybe we can consider one of the 5 crores building it is existing and 1 year time period. So what is the brainstorming session we are trying to do now? For example, one building cost 5 crores including land as well as construction also. So now because of the earthquakes or because of the floods or because of the rains or maybe because of the tornadoes and tufans, whenever it is happening, what is the risk assessment? Now, can we do that one now? So now I will take the different people opinion. So I will take the opinion from Bhavani, Priyanka, and also Sampath. If he joined, I'm not sure who joined in the class. Naresh, other people opinion. So now consider whenever you are doing the risk assessment, you have to consider as a likelihood into impact. So now we are doing the risk assessment for one of the building, that building cost including the land and also construction. So overall cost is 5 crores. So now because one of the rains has come, in 1 year time period, we have to risk assessment side. Let's go and discuss now one by one. So whenever you're doing risk assessment, you can consider likelihood into impact. I will ask one by one now. So whatever risk assessment we are doing right now, this is for the physical security point of view. Whether Bhavani joined in the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Join.
ఒక బిల్డింగ్ ఉంది. ఆ బిల్డింగ్ ఒక 1 year టైం పీరియడ్ లో ఎన్నిసార్లు మనకి రెయిన్ కన్సిడర్ యాజ్ ఏ కాజ్ ఇస్ రెయిన్. సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ది రెయిన్స్, ఫ్లడ్డింగ్ ఆఫ్ ది రెయిన్స్, ఒక బిల్డింగ్ ఉంది. ఆ బిల్డింగ్ ఒక 1 year టైం పీరియడ్ లో రెయిన్స్ రావడం వల్ల ఆ ఎన్నిసార్లు రెయిన్స్ వస్తుంది అప్రాక్సిమేట్ గా, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఒపీనియన్, and also how much cost is involved. So at the time of collapsing of something or damaging of something, consider example approximate. That's okay, fine. Bhavani,
ఓకే సార్.
ఇయర్ కి ఎన్నిసార్లు రైన్ వస్తుంది, దానివల్ల మనకి బిజినెస్ లాస్ ఎంత ఉండొచ్చు? అప్రాక్సిమేట్ ఎన్నిసార్లు రావచ్చు రైన్స్ ఫుల్ గా?
3 months.
3
2 months
months
వస్తాయి.
కంప్లీట్ గా డ్యామేజ్ అయ్యేంత రైన్స్.
3 months వస్తాయి సార్.
90 days. ఓకే, 90 days యూ సెడ్, ఫైన్. ఈ 90 days రావడం వల్ల సో మనకి ఎంత ఆ 5 crores బిల్డింగ్ ఏదైతే కాస్ట్ ఉందో ఎంత డ్యామేజ్ అవ్వచ్చు అప్రాక్సిమేట్ గా? హౌ మచ్ కాస్ట్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు లూజ్? హౌ మచ్ ఇంపాక్ట్? అప్రాక్సిమేట్ కరెన్స్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 5 crores. You can give any amount, that's okay.
50% సార్.
Okay, 2.5 crores, fine. You said like continuously 90 days rains will come, devasting of the rains, flooding of the rains, and because of that one, so building owner is going to lose 2.5 crores. Okay, fine. Priyanka,
So firstly, around
likelihood how many times it will occur in 1 year time period?
10 times.
10 times, fine. And because of that reason, how much money owner is going to lose?
Around 50 lakhs.
50 lakhs, perfect.
So, and on top of that, whether we have insured that or not, we have to check.
Yeah, so we are insurance, that one will consider later. So just we are doing assessment now. Whether Sampath is there in the class? Otherwise I will pick 24004. Is it Kishore? 24004. 24028. 24028. 24048. 24048.
Sai Kiran this.
Yes, I. Yeah, can you give the answer? So how many days, okay, flooding of the rains will occur and approximate business loss to the owner?
For one time, like for
One time.
one time in a year,
Okay.
50 to 1 crore.
Okay, 1 crore. Fine.
50 lakhs to 1 crore.
Okay, thank you. Naresh.
Sir.
Yeah, based on your opinion. I am taking an opinion only. It's maybe wrong or right, that's a different story. Naresh, please.
In a 1 year of time period, maybe floods will occur like 3 to 5 times, in my opinion.
Okay. Shall I
Uh,
keep 5 times?
yes, you can keep.
Okay.
If the building cost is 5 crores, then damage would be like we can give as 2 crores.
Okay, 2 crores.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, now this is called whatever we discussed, like a group discussion, and also taking the people opinion, and now considering on top of this one. Now we have to make a this is called sampling theorem. Now total class is joined as a 10 members. Out of 10 members, I took 4 people opinion. So 4 people's, because other people are not speaking, I can take all the other samples also, but other people not responding. So only 4 samples I took it. Otherwise, I have to take all the other people opinion also. So now 4 samples I took it from Bhavani, Priyanka, Sai, and also Naresh. Now I have to make the overall summary of the cost. So maximum is 2.5 and minimum is 50 lakhs. So overall impact on an average, we can keep like maybe 1.25 or 1 crore. So 1.25 I'm giving overall average. Someone said 90 days, someone said 10 days, someone said one time, someone said 5 days. So on top of this one, I will give like average kind of thing is maybe 12. So by taking consideration of all the people opinion, so 12 times, basically 12 times flooding up too many rains, it will not occur. Maybe, okay, so 5 or 10 times in between it will occur. So, okay, this is the overall. So this is the way for that building owner. So in 1 year time period, 12 times it may be occur. Because of that one, business impact money value is 1.25 crore. Now this one we have to put in the risk register. This particular analysis is called as brainstorming session. In this similar way, we have other approaches also there. So what are the other approaches we do have? Second one is called 5S analysis. What is 5S analysis? Because out of 10 people who have joined in the class, everybody is not responding because of the shyness, because of the fear, or because of the anxiety, or whatever it may be, different reasons or different causes. So, or maybe they don't want to disclose in the group of the PPL their opinion. In that scenario, obviously what I will do, I will make one Excel sheet or I will make one of the Word document. I'll ask 5 questions. So first question may be, so I'll create one of the document like 5 questions I'll make. And in that 5 questions, I will create 5 questions. I'll take the printout to them and I will take the individual opinion now. So first question is, how many times rains will occur? So I will give the count 5 and I will ask them to either they will put yes or no only. That's it. So I'm giving the total, even conclusion also. They will agree or not. They don't agree. So 5 yes, either yes or no. Building owner will lose 4 crores. So this is the second question. So this first question, this second question, and here yes or no, same thing once again. In such a way, total overall 5 questions I will create and I will inform to respect to, I will give this sheet. I will take the printout, I will give, and I don't want to ask their names also. That's fine. Without specifying the name, I can give this sheet to them, or otherwise I will take 1-to-1 session and I will complete this task. So now, based on this yes or no, I have to make a summary of the report. That is called 5S analysis. In the similar way, this second approach. So third one, 9M analysis. Measurements, metrics, Men, how many people are required? Total, I
Hmm.
forgot the overall 9 names.
Machines.
Yeah, machines. Yes, correct. Machines. 9M
Methods, machines, men.
matrix. Yeah, 9M analysis. Matrix, machinery, makeup, management, all these. So this is the way how we can create 9Ms. So one second we'll discuss that one and we can make a summary. So we'll go back here. So these are all the auditing checklist basically. Yeah, materials, machinery, makeup, management, management information. So markets, men and women, methods, and money. So these are 9M analysis. So this is the approach also we can consider. So these are all the couple of processes we can consider. And finally, we can make a qualitative approach. So how much money and how much risk is involved, how many times it will occur. So that is called as qualitative approach. Now, finally, hybrid analysis. What is this hybrid analysis? Quantitative plus qualitative is called as hybrid. So quantitative, how much money lost in the dollar or in the form of so Indian rupees in the currency point of view, along with the people opinion also. 99% of the cases, companies will follow hybrid approach only. Even though we have quantitative and qualitative, so we will not go with the specific to quantitative or specific to qualitative. We will go with the combination of both quantitative plus qualitative. Okay, so that is called hybrid approach. So this is the way how we can do the risk assessment. This is one of the very, very important tasks in the overall risk management framework. Any mistake you are doing, it will go entire wrong. But anyways, this is like assumption or hypothesis based, assuming based. So that is the second task. Now, what is next one? So we completed analyzing the risk and identifying the risk prioritization. So once you are completing these overall analysis side and you identified example on the server side, on the database side, on the application side, total overall how many controls are available? Out of all these controls, how many controls are belongs to 25 out of 25 risk score? And how many are belongs to 20 score? How many belongs to 15? How many belongs to 20? How many belongs to 1? Or how many belongs to 10? And so on. Nothing but based on this matrix. So this is the score. So maximum score is we have 25 and minimum score is we have 1. In between 1 to 25, the score will be vary. Okay, now risk prioritization, how we can do. So take example, overall controls are 10 controls. Example only. Out of all these controls, one control has or two controls has 25 out of 25 risk score. And so that is the first control. In the similar way, second control risk score is 4 controls. It contains 20 risk score. And third one, so we have medium related risk score. So these controls are 3 and risk score is 15. So here 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 3 9. And fourth one, we have only one, that is low, 10 example. Now how we can do this prioritization? Here 25, here two controls are there, 25 out of 25. Once again, these two risks, which one we have to give priority 1 and which one we have to give priority 2. For example, take server itself, whatever we took example on the yesterday. maybe one of the risk is belongs to we are not using strong password policies or complex password policy. That is very critical risk. So that is one thing. Second thing is we are not using vulnerability patch updates or we are not running the scans on the server. Out of these two, so both are 25 out of 25, for example, which one you'll give priority first? Whether will you give priority to strong password or complex password policies, or whether you'll give priority to patch updates? Can you give example? Which one will give prioritization?
Passwords, strong
Exactly. Password policies are important as compared to patch updates. So this is the way. First, you should understand about the control and what is this control is about, and prioritization you can make not only just yourself, you can ask and take other people opinion also. So that is called prioritizing of the risk. This is also one of the interview question, but not from our risk management side. In the cybersecurity side and EDR side and firewall side, we discussed. They will go 4 scenarios and they will ask like which one you'll give to first priority to do instant investigation. What is second priority? What is third priority? And what is fourth priority? Like 4 alerts notifications they will give. One of the system is got compromised malware. One of the server is got compromised ransomware. One of the spear phishing email is receiving the so one of the end user through malicious URL link. Okay. One of the brute force attack, it is occurred to one of the end user. So this is the way 4 different types of instance alerts notification they will give, and they will arrange like ascending order from prioritization point of view. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one already we discussed long back and we took it the feedback also. I remember. Okay. So same way here also prioritizing risk also we can consider and speak with other team which one we can. Okay, so prioritize the first. This concept is applicable to application security measures, application security assessment and product security assessment, cloud, OT, IoT, IIoT also. We discussed one of the concept name is called as, give me 1 second guys, 1 second. Sorry guys. So this concept is we discussed in the SDLC life cycle also, part of the application, product, mobile, OT and IIoT security as well. That is called product backlog refinement. So whoever is a part of the SDLC life cycle, so those people, they will do the backlog refinement, which feature it has to deliver the first, which feature it has to deliver the second, which feature it has to deliver quarter 3 and so on. So that is called product back. This concept is applicable to everywhere. So same way here also. So we can do the risk prioritization, which risk we can prioritize the first, second, third, and so on. So that is called risk prioritization. Prioritizing the risk is based on criticality, severity, and business impact. Nothing but money value. Not only money value, even confidentiality, integrity, and availability issue, and along with financial value or money value. So that is the risk prioritization way how we can do that. And finally, what is the fourth one? Risk treatment plan. What this risk treatment plan we will do? So there are 4 ways we can do the risk treatment. What are that 4 ways we can do risk treatment? First one is risk acceptance. So respect to teams, they will accept the risk. Nothing but whatever risk we identify the on the internal stakeholders side, they will accept the risk. Risk acceptance. But in this scenario, if they will accept the risk, when they are going to fix it, our internal stakeholder. So we have to speak with the respective asset owner or business owner. What is the time period? They accept it. It's good for us, but how much time it will take? So here we should know about time frame. Ask the internal stakeholder time frame to close the risk for risk closure side. So even risk side also for critical things we have to complete in the 10 working days, like a patch policy water we discussed. High thing it's like in 30 days, and medium low and informational it's a 90 days. So that is called a risk treatment plan. Most of the companies will follow. So second one is a risk avoidance. We will avoid the risk. It's okay, no problem. It's a minimum value. So maybe $1 or $5, $10, we are going to lose it. But we are getting the money revenue as a $1 million. But we are losing $10,000. As compared to revenue generation, revenue losing is very, very less. Obviously, in that scenario, we can avoid the risk. If I want today in our personal day-to-day life, couple of people they will ignore health insurance. Couple of people they will ignore about life insurance. Why we will take LIC policies? Why will take health insurance policies? Couple of people they will not take those things as well. They're avoiding the risk. They're not considering at all. It's okay, no problem. Nothing will happen to me. So this is called risk avoidance side. Next one, risk transfer. Risk transfer here basically ignoring kind of thing, avoiding the risk because impact is very, very less. Risk transfer, transferring of the risks into third party. What is that third party? Maybe for example, whenever you're purchasing your mobile or laptop, or maybe your refrigerator or air conditioner or two-wheeler or four-wheeler or home loan or personal loan and so on. What is the reason behind that one? You are making an insurance policy. Whenever any issue damage will happen, so on behalf of me, someone is going to lose that money. So I'm transferring my, okay, so whatever money I'm going to lose to third party, they will consider as a risk. Insurance companies, for example, are insurance companies that may be health oriented, life oriented, two-wheeler, four-wheeler. So we are taking the, so for that one anyways, we have to pay basic money to them and they will give guarantee and warranty to us how much time period we are choosing as a, so warranty time period. Okay, so that is called risk transfer. So last one is risk mitigation or risk reduction. So for this one, we have to implement different types of controls. So that may be defensive or offensive or preventive or compensative controls. Here, we can reduce the risk by implementing security controls. Example, detection and prevention. Example tool name. Example tool name.
EDR and SIM.
Detection prevention.
IPS.
Yes, IDS is a detection.
Prevention IPS.
IPS, perfect. Yeah, even here also it will take, if we're considering both, EDR also it will come. So only detection side. Which tool? Only detection.
IDS.
IDS.
IDS and
SIM.
also
SIM.
SIM tool. Yeah. So dedicated preventive mechanisms.
IPS.
IPS,
EDR.
EDR,
XDR.
XDR. Only these.
Firewall.
Firewall,
Anti-malware.
proxy,
WAF.
WAF, extra. All these are different preventive controls. So these things we can go and we can implement and we can reduce the risk. So this is the way how we can do the treatment of the plan. Okay. Now, what are the different types of tools we can use to take care of the overall risk management framework? So tools. So couple of people there will use Excel sheets, but we have couple of tools also available. So first thing is Excel sheet, manual Excel sheet. Okay. So because of the budget issues, everything they will monitor in the Excel sheet. Second one, they will use couple of tools like Atlassian, as I said. And also we have GRC. And also recently Atlassian got hacked, right? Part of the Confluence and Jira. Yes, Atlassian, I think, yeah. And one more tool, I forgot the name. It's very famous one. Yeah, there are so many tools are available for monitoring of the risk and tracking of the risk. So these are all the couple of, there are so many tools are available. So here we can go and we can enter the risk and we can monitor regularly and we can assign that risk to even our opposite team also. Okay, so nothing but whoever watch list kind of thing. Okay, so these are all the tools we can use to track the risk. So that is about overall risk management framework. So as I said, risk management framework is very, very important task whenever you are doing the any complaints oriented as well. So whenever you're following compliances also, risk management framework, as I said, risk is very important as compared to governance, risk and compliances. So we have to do the risk assessment. Even this one we discussed part of our cyber security incident investigation, endpoint security incident investigation, vulnerability management patch updates, firewall related risks and so on. So business impact analysis and risk assessment. What is meant by that one? What is the money value we are going to lose or people value we are going to lose? How much impact to the organization side? So one of the servers got compromised. How can you do investigation? There we have to explain about risk management analysis also, business impact analysis and risk assessment side. By coordinating and collaborating with the customer or client, something is getting compromised. How much risk is involved? Just like that, as per the ITIL process, we cannot go and we cannot do the containment. So whether really networkation is required or not, whether business important or security important. So based on the risk analysis only, we have to do the network isolation. That's why I said always please follow RACI matrix. What is the RACI matrix here? Responsibility, accountability, consultation, and informed. Okay. So why? Because we are sitting in the Hyderabad location working in the Infosys company, and maybe your client is belongs to Goldman Sachs Bank. In that scenario, we are not sure what is the criticality and what is severity and the confidentiality, integrity, availability related things it is going in. One of the servers got compromised, or one of the devices got compromised, or one of the databases got compromised, or one of the application availability issues will occur. So these things, if you want to get the more idea, more impact analysis side, we can ask the either client, or maybe if you are working for the internal, I mean, product-based company, we can speak with the internal stakeholder. So that is the reason, as I said, consultation, it's a mandatory, and also responsibility and accountability always give to them. Okay, so ask them. So based on the business impact wise and risk assessment wise. Now you can correlate what are we discussed part of the true positive incident investigations. Then you'll get the clear cut idea about what is meant by business impact analysis and risk assessment side. These things we have to do basically, but time is insufficient to do all those things once anything is getting compromised. But this is the way normally we have to do the risk management framework. It will take longer time. So, and also we need evidences also, whether fully compliant or partially compliant or non-compliant. So it's not like a one-day job, just like that we can ask the questions and we can close our task. It's a continuous monitoring and implementation and coordination collaboration side. So next one is C. So far we completed G and R. So out of GRC, and third one is compliance, C. So compliance is just like a protocol or rule and regulation. Okay. So these rules and regulations we have to follow. So that is in generic word. So following the rules and regulations, we can call it as a compliance. But officially, how we can define these complaints in the organization point of view. So in the PubAd means public administration. So what are we studying the social studies? So there we have concept is called as state level and also national level. Couple of policies or compliances we have to follow on the statutory body or centralized body, and couple of things we have to follow on the state level things also. For example, the central level. So central level, what are the compliance rules and regulations we are following on the banking sector side? Repo rate, reverse repo rate, what are guidelines are provided Reserve Bank of India. Every bank has to follow that, how much rate we have to give it for the personal loan, home loan. So they will define the repo rate and reverse repo rate. So based on the yearly basis or based on the World Bank rules and regulations also they will follow. So this is on banking sector side. According to that one, each and every bank, they can go and they can apply Reserve Bank of India, whatever principles they define in the banking sector side, they can apply to their own bank related rules and regulations. So nothing but each and every Indian bank, they have to follow the under the guidelines of our Reserve Bank of India. In the similar way, we have one more example, GST, Goods and Services Tax. So goods and service tax, it is applicable to state level and also central level. Central level couple of items, it will fall under the 18%, and also couple of items in the state level composition and also central level composition of the tax part. That is once again, whether we have to follow the central level or whether we have to follow the state level. It depends on what is the tax rules and regulations they define at the time of the April 1st. Okay, same thing even in the court, that may be civil court or family court or high court or Supreme Court and so on. They have the legal body. Whatever Supreme Court design guidelines principles, each and every high court they have to follow. So here statutory body is belongs to the Supreme Court, and whatever the guidelines and principles it's provided, rules and regulations has to follow by the High Court. Maybe any discrepancy it will come in between these two courts once again. So lower court to higher court they can approach. Okay, so this is the way how we can follow the statutory body rules and regulation from the central and also state level. Same way in the organization point of view also, we have to follow these security advisory board, whatever policies and regulations they define, whether we can follow that one or whether legally accepted policies or compliances defined by our legal team. So every company has a legal team also. Couple of times, a couple of people, they will do abscond without informing to the organization. So they can go and uh, they can approach the court. They can send the legal notice also from the company's point of view. In the similar way, couple of companies, they will recruit the candidate. So they will release the offer letter, but they will say we are canceling the offer letter. That time candidate can go and candidate can approach to based on the local labor agreement conditions. Okay, so then he can put the file, I mean, case on respect to company, whatever offer is cancelled by the company also. If you have the proper evidences to submit at the time of the, so what is that called as hearings. Okay, so this is the way, same way every organization can follow couple of protocols, rules and regulations. So according to the legal body, whatever it is defined, or statutory body, whatever it defined. Maybe you can ask now, if you don't follow these compliances, rules and regulations, what will happen? We will not get business. For example, take one more practical example in our day-to-day life. So we have traffic signal. So traffic signal, it is showing as red color, but so one of the guy, so he ignored the rules and regulations, and finally he gone and he crossed the road. Obviously, if camera will be there, it will capture it. So, and he get the penalty. Otherwise, traffic police officer, he will catch him and finally he will put fine because he did not follow the traffic rules and regulations. Couple of people, they will do drunken drive. So that is one of the issue. Basically, we should not do that. Maybe opposite person get damaged, or maybe accidents will happen. Maybe couple of people without driving license, they will drive it. All these are rules and regulations are defined. So based on our state and also national level. So if we don't follow these rules and regulations, and if we are doing the violations, maybe they can put into jail, or maybe we can get the penalties. How we are getting the penalties, or maybe we are going to the jail, same as it is. Even if you don't follow the complaints, whatever business we are doing, so we will get the penalties, or we'll get the business loss. So that's why these compliances we have to follow. If you don't follow these standards or policies and regulations, finally will not get the business. For example, I will give one more practical scenario. So maybe you are developing one of the product. So you are developing one of the tablet, or you are developing one of the injection. You are developing one of the pill. You are developing one of the product Apple, or you are developing Samsung product. You are developing one of the fan, or you are developing one of the refrigerator. Do you think that without quality control checks, directly they will release to the public? Every company has a quality control team, QC. They can check what is the quality of the product. Maybe you are purchasing sunflower oil packet, and if they don't have the ISO 9000 and quality control system, they are not testing. So they are mixing with the some of the, uh, I mean, abnormal related oil congestion also into the oil of the sunflower. We can go and we can give the complaint in the sunflower company. So this is the way. So reputation of the company will be going to damage if you don't follow the couple of circumstances and rules and regulations, and also the protocols. This concept is applicable to each and every field. So coming back on security field also, whatever business we are doing, we have to follow couple of the rules and regulations, whatever defined by ISC Square, ISACA, European Council, these organizations. And according to that one, we can go and we can implement those checklist and those complaints, whatever it is defined, or controls, whatever it is defined, whether it is a partially complaint or fully complaint, non-complaint. It's not completely not complaint, obviously, we will not get any certificate. And finally, if you don't get the certificate, obviously, we cannot do the business. So they will shut down our business completely. Inspection, it's like inspection kind of thing. So that is the reason. So before going to all these things like a shutting down of our business, proactively we can go and we can implement these certifications. And whenever some of the auditor or inspectors, they will come, we can show, yes, we already certified this one. Please check my quality, or please check my HIPAA compliances. Please check my GDPR compliances. Please check my ISO 27000 compliance. We are compliant. So these are all the basic certificates. So these complaints basically mean to do the business, to get the profits, we have to do these certificates. So that is called overall complaints introduction. So now how we can define this one? Following the rules and regulations or protocol defined by statutory body Under that one, here we have NIST framework, ISACA guidelines, IC square guidelines, European Council guidelines, and so on, along with central, state, and legal complaints based on what type of business we are doing. So that is called complaint side. Now, coming back to dedicated to security field, whatever I given examples, one is traffic police officer, one is the quality control of the any product development, one is the food related item I given the example. In the similar way, court related things I given examples. Now dedicated to complaints belongs to security, angular security perspective or security oriented complaints are example complaints. First thing is ISO 27001, ISMS, you have PCI DSS. Inter question this one. Do you have any complaints knowledge? In the job description also nowadays we can see. So did you work on any complaints? At least you should ever have one or two, at least minimum. You no need to expert in all the fields. Third one HIPAA. Fourth one is GDPR. Fifth one is SOX.
COBIT.
Yeah, COBIT. And also we have SOC 1, SOC 2.
NIST RMF.
Yes. SOC 1, SOC 2. Next one is yeah, NAST. Next one, YS top 10. CS hardening benchmark. Next one, EMS. EMS.
Stick compliance.
Yeah. Next one is QMS.
SANS.
Next one is yes, SANS. And stick compliances. EMS, QMS, SANS, stick. And TOGAF. SABSA. Yeah, these are all the couple of complaints. And business wise, I'm thinking, okay, these are all okay. On the organization level, that's fine. But I'm thinking into business oriented. FedRAMP. Is for cloud side. And also we have what is that in cryptography we discussed PIPS 140-2. Yeah, so these are the couple of complaints. There are so many, but from the as I said, you need to be expert in all these field if you want to go to auditor role. So either you can go with the 2 or 3, that is more than sufficient. Okay, so main thing is ISO 27000 is a mandatory for each and every company. And also PCI DSS, it depends on whether the card payment they are accepting via debit card and credit card, those companies only. And HIPAA also, so couple of companies, not all the healthcare based companies. GDPR, it's applicable to European Union. SOX, Sarbanes-Oxley Act, this is for the financial transaction. Every company, obviously they will do financial transaction. For those scenarios, SOX also it's a mandatory. So first these 5 or 7, any job description you can see, most not even COVID 5. I will keep this is outdated. Yeah. So these 6 are very, very important. So most of the job descriptions we can see ISO 27001, PCI DSS, HIPAA, GDPR, SOX, SOC 1, SOC 2, and one more is FedRAMP. FedRAMP is becoming very famous now. So these. So as I said, if you are going for any auditor vacancy, that may be internal audit or external audit nowadays, each and every company is recruiting auditing vacancy also. So example, auditing companies like KPMG or Deloitte or PwC, EY, Ernest and Young, NCC Corporation, and one more from UK side. I forgot the company name. Yeah, these are the very famous companies. So these companies, they will do auditing for the, these are like external auditors. That doesn't mean that TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, Capgemini, Mindtree, L&T, these companies will not recruit the external. Yes, they will also recruit because these companies are consulting and service-based company. So whatever projects you are working on for the consulting service-based side, so respect to customers and clients, they will complete the internal audit and they will come and ask for external audit from these companies also. It depends. So obviously product-based company. So we have to complete internal audit by us and we have to call the external auditor. It depends which company you are selected and it depends what type of business you are doing. As I said, these companies are completely depending on what type of business we are doing and which business we are into. According to that one only, these compliance we have to follow. Every organization, it's not a mandatory you have to follow all these compliances. It depends. Example, PhonePe. PhonePe, it's a financial transaction based. They're accepting the transaction via debit card, credit card, and also QR code scan. So all this way, obviously, PhonePe company or Google Pay company or Paytm or Amazon, they have to follow ISO 27001. They have to follow PCI DSS and they have to follow SOX compliances. These three they have to follow. All the hospitals, all the product development related healthcare industry. So those companies has to follow. Even health insurance based companies also follow HIPAA compliances. So if the project you are working for on the European based, maybe I am part of the Infosys company and my client is belongs to Dutch bank. In that scenario, as it is an Infosys person, we have to certify GDPR is compliant or not. Why? Because so whenever any Dutch bank customers data is leaking, there are a lot of penalties they will give to Infosys company. It's a PI related data. It's a dangerous complaints. Okay. So these are all the complaints now. So let's start one by one. And yeah, coming back, must certificates are, so ISO 27000, every organization has to follow. EMS, every organization has to follow. Yeah, these two every organization has to follow. ISO 27000 is overall information security oriented. EMS is environmental management system. Even though it's a BPO sector, IT sector, or civil, or electrical, or mechanical, or pharma based company, or retail based industry, each and every responsible and accountable for this global warming or ozone layer depletion or UNFCCC guidelines we have to follow. United Nations framework, carbon climate change. So these every company has to certify. It's each and every person responsibility to reduce the plastic, to reduce the air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and so on. So that's why it's a master. So which is the framework we are following? Whatever United Nations framework defined by climate change. So that is the reason you have to complete ISO 14001. Okay, so quality of the product or quality control, what a product-based company and whatever retail or whatever food-based industry or civil product developments in simple words or pharma industries, If they are making any product, for those companies has to follow QMS, quality management system. That's why whenever you are watching YouTube or whenever you are watching I mean television or TV, you can see couple of times our product is belongs to certified by ISO 9001. Nothing but quality is fine. So ISO 9001. So now we can start with ISO 27001. So ISO full form is International Standard Organization. 27001, it belongs to ISMS, Information Security Management. So systems here. So under that one, we have overall this compliance. It will provide implementation of information security principles. On processes. So under this one, we have 18 clauses. Under ISO 20001, we have 18 clauses. So out of 18 clauses, first 4 clauses are like articles. 1 to 4 is belongs to leadership, planning and development and strategy, vision, governance and everything. Planning and also leadership. So governance and also implementation, activity, preparation, those things, preparation. So remaining 18 clauses, remaining 14 clauses, starting with remaining 14 clauses are starting with 5 to 18. All these are 114 compliances. 14 clauses are divided into 114 compliances. That's what I was showing yesterday in the Excel sheet. First 4 clauses are belongs to planning and development and preparation, senior management, governance point of view. And remaining 14 clauses, it is starting with 5 and also ending with 18. So these 14 clauses are belongs to 114 compliances. Okay. So those sheet it is showing here. Yesterday I have shown already. Statement of applicability. So SOA means statement of applicability here. So this is the control. It will start with A1, information security policies. A6, organization information security. And last one is legal security. Total, we have 14 compliances. So now I will give one of the example for HR so that you can understand easily. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. So for example, human resource security, screening of the candidate, A7.1.1, prior to employment. Prior to any employment, HR team or talent acquisition team, whether they are following these guidelines and principles defined by ISO 27000 or not. So background verification checks for all candidates, whether they are a fake or real, they educated or not educated, their education certificates or not. So that is screening. Next one, terms and conditions of employment. So whether each and every offer letter they are reading and they are signing or not, they are accepting the non-disclosure agreement or not. Whether HR team, they are providing all these complaints to candidate prior to employment. So that they are doing the signing. That is the reason offer letter they will ask like, please do sign and revert back. While they will say they are all these. Because it's a part of ISO 20, so it's a mandatory. So during the employment, once we are getting the offer letter, what we have to do? Management responsibilities. Whatever roles and responsibilities they send, it is matching to your resume or not. So couple of times it will mismatch. That is in terms and conditions, we have to read it carefully. Is there any condition or clause showing that we can terminate the candidate? So responsibility it is matching or not. Information security awareness, education and training. Whoever is joining in the organization side, for all those employees, are we providing the awareness of the what is data, what is information, what is the organization objectives, goals, vision, mission, strategy, core values, ethics and values candidate has to follow. And also all the internal trainings they're completing or not. This is under the employment once you are joining in a company. So next one. This is applicable to cloud as well. PI in public clouds acting as PI process. Is there any data PII, personal identifiable information? It is mismatching or it is violating the data, part of the GDPR. Privacy information management. Whenever any attack is happening or whenever any confidential data, they are leaking to the external world or not. Disciplinary actions. In case any sexual harassment or any abscond related part. So if the employee is trying to do, so what is the HR policy we defined, whether we defined or not, whether the candidate is read or not, whether he is accepted or not. Termination change of the employment. Termination change of the employment status. Once the candidate is resigned, are we following to terminate the access at the same day? Are we providing the experience letters? Are we providing the full and final settlement or not? The status we are following or not? That's it. That is on the HR policies. So this is the way, this one of the HR thing only. In the similar way, we have remaining 14 clauses also. So 5 to 18, we discussed about now 7th one, part of HR and talent acquisition side. In the similar way, we have remaining 13 also. So those things you should contact with the internal stakeholder and you should ask the questions and it's a complaint or not. And finally, we have to complete the internal auditing. So I will go and I will discuss these things in the today evening class. What exactly your role and what exactly you have to do. What is your roles and responsibilities as an internal auditor versus external auditor, and what you have to do once you are selecting in a company belongs to any auditing role. Risk management is different and auditing is different. Okay, both this side we have vacancies. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Okay, then thank you so much and see you evening at 5 o'clock or 5:15. Have a great day.
Thank you.